I'm back in the studio and I want to run a few tests on the lilac enfleurage to see how I can use it. So the first test I want to do is to see if I heat it up a little bit, will it really damage the scent? Because I'm doing like a whole double boiler system here with my heating plate, and I want to see if I can actually melt it at very low temperature so I could put it in these. See where I'm going with this? And this is what my heating plate looks like. This is basically a magnetic stir that I use to dilute certain materials. But for today, I'm just using it like as a double boiler, and I'm just gonna drop this in. So I'm gonna let that heat up, and I'll be back in a moment. All right, so it's just about done melting. I'm gonna take it out. I don't want it to heat too much. Definitely don't want to overheat this. And then I'm gonna just make sure all is melted, and then I'm going to pour it into these jars, and then I have to put them in the fridge so that they solidify again. All right, so that's done. I'm just gonna cover these up. And in my studio, I have this tiny fridge for certain materials, so I'm gonna let those cool down and look up on them maybe tomorrow. The next test I'll be doing is to take some of the butter and mix it in with ethanol. And basically you mix it with ethanol and you see how that works, and you can actually add more butter to try to get a little bit more of the scent from the butters. And all I'm basically doing is just putting perfumer's alcohol over all of this. Give it a bit of a shake, and then I could give it 24 hours, give it a bit more of a shake, and then start over the process and see. I don't know, y'all, we'll see. And just FYI, just as a reminder, we are totally off IFRA standards, so the International Fragrance Association that kind of sets the standards for, you know, safety, and lilacs are pretty safe, but still, it's just important to know that we are off those standards right now. There's no telling nothing's being measured. There's no telling how much of one molecule is in here, etc. So, you know, always operate with safety. Think with safety in mind when you're doing this. So depending on the flowers and you know, plants that you're using, you know, you may be introducing toxicity into it. So keep that in mind. I'm actually really curious and I can't wait. I'm going to smell right away what the ethanol smells like. I'm kind of expecting it to smell really, really mild at this point because it was a softer scent, and it's probably quite diluted at this point, so I'll probably have to start the process over again tomorrow. But let's try it out. Actually, I'm getting some of it. It smells super fresh, and yep, it's there. It's fainter, but it's definitely there. All right, let's keep the experiment going.